Okay, it's after 6 p.m. on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. This is the meeting of the Board of Directors of Abington CAM, Abington Community Access and Media, Inc., the private nonprofit 501c3 corporation that runs the Access Television studio here in Abington. The first item on our agenda, old and new business. I don't believe we have anyone? Approval of meeting minutes.
I reviewed those. I'd make a motion to accept those. I just want to make comment, if you would. I don't think we can amend it because it was recorded appropriately. At our last meeting, we scheduled the annual meeting would be, or our next meeting would be October 9th. Clearly, we had some scheduling conflicts, which is why we're meeting today, October 7th. Just noteworthy, but not to change the minutes, as Peter did a fabulous job recording accurately.
Fabulous.
So my motion is to accept those minutes.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Awesome. Sorry. Next item on the agenda is the new policies, 2 new policies that Bob was kind enough to write for us.
Yeah, I give some background. I think it's just kind of we're operating business. I don't know that we necessarily need a vote, but as a board, I think our advice would be to adopt a couple of policies that align to the charitable organization paperwork. While we have been operating with a document retention and destruction policy, we want to formalize that in writing, and also there's a conflict of interest policy for the Abington Community Access and Media Board of Directors. These are 2 separate documents. The document retention and destruction just kind of outlines some guidance of keeping records for the benefit of either legal matters or for record keeping, should we ever have an audit need. And I know we've been doing that, but this is just kind of formalizing it. And Kevin, I can work with you to make sure that our storage, and most of this is cloud storage at this point, we're aligned. The conflict of interest policy is just really, as a 501c3 community-based tax-exempt organization, we just want to make sure that we are doing the right things as board members and leaders, which I know we have, but maybe formalizing it. Some of the topics under that policy, and if need be, there's a recusal and participation if there's any conflict or perception of such. Gifts and compensation, not really outlined here. Sorry, they are outlined in here, but the idea is to not have gifts or compensation. Our board members may not accept gifts, favors, or compensation from individuals or entities seeking to do business with ACAM. And the enforcement of this conflict of interest policy would be really run by the board and would be inclusive of our board of our director, executive director. So there are 2 separate policies. I just think we should adopt it as formal business procedure. It's more of an adoption than I think a vote, if you will. But I think as we conduct business as a private organization, we should have these types of policies in place.
I'm open to a vote.
Okay.
Is there any?
Can I make one suggestion?
Of course.
You have beyond nominal value as defined by the board. Should we just put
A value.
a value so it's clear? We could adopt the state value of $50 in any given year.
Yeah, I wrote nominal because I don't know if this is going to be a document that carries in perpetuity. You know, the fact is that we don't have a lot of, I don't know of any value of anything that's been, maybe we've had, or maybe a lanyard, there's been trivial things.
Right.
I have never, and I'm pretty certain this board has never accepted any valuable gift. That the exact bullet you're referencing is board members may not accept gifts, favors, or compensation from individuals or entities seeking to do business with ACAM beyond nominal value as defined by the board. If that is to be defined specifically as
Why don't we just define it
never
as
to
$50
exceed
so that
50,
people
that's
know
fine.
Okay, because that is clear.
that's
Okay.
that's clear and that's
Yep,
a
be
dollar
glad to
amount. 'Cause-
change that.
Yep.
So beyond nominal value, never to exceed $50.
Yep. Beyond nominal value, never to exceed 50. Okay.
And I can modify that, yes.
So everybody gets our service for free anyway, so it's
Right.
kind
yeah.
of
We have
not
been a
a-
volunteer organization,
issue.
and I see what each of you have been doing, so thank you for doing that. But we're not compensated for this. That's the whole
Right.
effort of the conflict of interest and just trying to make sure people know that.
Great.
Move to accept the,
Yeah, motion to accept it. So are we gonna make this like a policies and procedures kind of
Yes, we have a
document?
book.
So we're gonna have a book of
They'll go
policies
in
and
there.
okay.
okay. Move to accept it with the one change.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Kevin, I'll give these to you for our document repository.
Very good.
Thanks.
So this is 10:07 today.
Oh, here it is.
All right.
So is
Nick?
this, oh, I'm sorry, is Kevin's director's report for the annual meeting or for us now?
Annual meeting. Did I not give it to you? Where is it?
I have it, but it says annual meeting, not the director's meeting, so I wasn't sure if this is,
Oh, well,
One and the same.
oh, okay.
how come I don't have one?
Number it's in the back. All right.
It says
No,
annual meeting on
the
here.
Kevin's report.
It wasn't one here in your,
No.
No, I don't have that. Or is that on here?
Flip the other side of that.
Oh,
So,
oh, I'm looking at the wrong agenda.
no, it's on the back. The longer one is what we're doing now.
Okay.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, banking annuities and PEG funds. Just so everybody's aware that the corporation, Abington CAM, is funded through franchise fees that Comcast and Verizon, the two cable providers in Abington, collect from their subscribers and pass along through the town to the corporation, and are held by the corporation for our own purposes. They are DOR mandated not to be used for any other purposes than PEG funding. So we have that in the bank now. And our CD, we have one CD that is at $110,571.60. We have a money market account that is at $597,499.12. And that's because two of our annuities matured last April, and we moved that money from the annuities to the bank that we keep our money in, Abington Bank, because they are FDIC, DIF insured, so deposits over $250,000 are insured by the DIF, and we're not in danger of losing them. Not that I'm saying there's any issue with the bank, but that's how it works. We currently have, as of last Thursday, $32,943.73 in the checking account for a total there of $741,014.45. So the annuities you see in the parentheses, those are the two that we received back and transferred to the money market. But we do have two more that just matured last week, 2 weeks ago. They're both at, it's a little more than $136,500 right now, two of those. And another
has that
one.
come back?
I'm sorry?
Has that come back yet?
Not yet, no. No, I have to apply for those
Okay.
to get them back. Unfortunately, the annuity companies don't let us deal with commercial annuities online. It's all paperwork, so calling, faxing, emailing. But we will get that, and the plan is to put it in the money market as well, because that's currently at 2.96% interest.
So we're not setting up any new CDs?
I personally, if the board would like, we can do that, but I find it simpler with interest rates currently fairly comparable to put it in the money market. with the annuities, we need 3 of us to sign, 3 of us to be
Not
here for
annuities, the
3
CDs.
years. I'm sorry?
The CDs, you need 3 of you to sign? I was talking about a CD, not a annuity.
Oh, a CD? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 'cause I-
There weren't any, I haven't looked lately, I looked probably a month ago, and the CD interest rates were very, very low, like 0.1%.
Now, with the money market, if it goes over a certain amount, do we get a higher interest rate? Is that how?
No, that was my question too. No, we don't.
I mean, we might be able to look at a different bank that might do that.
So,
'Cause I've seen it where it's in between a certain amount, you get this interest rate. If it's up between X and Y or whatever, it's this interest rate. So you might want to look into that.
the thing about that is, from speaking to banks in the past about money markets and CDs, they want us to have all of our money with them
Oh yeah, that's true.
to give us a good rate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That is
which,
true.
I mean, 600,000 right there.
I was just
but-
saying, other banks are like, I
Yeah,
don't want to knock, but they're
yeah. They
better.
they usually don't want to just take your one account and give you a great rate.
So Lisa, with the 273, that's probably just come mature and we just have to pull it out. Much like what we just did, I am curious if we could research if there's a CD rate exceeding our money market rate at, I think it's Abington Bank or the new name of that. I looked today, I thought there was something over 3. You're right, it's
Oh.
close, but it might be 3.6
Oh,
for a
really?
year.
Okay.
So it might be worth, if we could, just maybe roll that 273 into a couple of CDs
Yeah, sure.
of the values and see if it is exceeding. I think it goes to 3.6 if we were to take it for a year. But that was just on the line today. I just want to ask, because would that in any way jeopardize our FDIC funding or guarantee? Okay.
No, not. The FDIC is for each depositor in that bank. So, as a corporation, we get whatever amount we put in is
Okay.
insured.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if it requires a vote or agreement of the board, but I'd motion that we would take the 273,000, and if we split it into 136.5 for 2 CDs, if we can exceed the money market 2.96%, and if I'm correct that it was posted as 3.6%, we could have a year CD on that if the board, favored moving that money around. I think we'd be okay to set it aside because we still have a significant balance with the money market.
Yeah, I think we should
we
actually take some of that money market and move it too.
Okay, so as I said, I haven't looked at the CDs. It was quite a while
I
ago.
mean, if
probably.
you want to do separate ones
month
or
or
all,
more.
it doesn't really matter.
So what is? Can we have a motion just to clarify that?
Can we start with the motion of taking the 136,500 twice, which equals 273,000, which are maturing annuities, and create 2 CDs, provided those CDs are exceeding the 2.96% money market interest rate. And I think, my belief is there was a 3.6% one-year CD available at Abington Bank. That was online today.
Awesome.
And I second that.
Motion, do we have a second? Oh, I'm sorry. You did second. My bad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Awesome. I will look into that. It'll
Thank
probably
you.
take a few weeks to
Can we
get the
do
money
another
back.
motion to move it? I would say at least 300,000 out of that and put it in a CD, money market.
Move 300,000 in addition to the 2 CDs?
Yes.
I mean, the 2 annuities?
Yeah, I mean the two. Yeah, that you're putting in CDs and just put them in CDs. So my motion would be to take 300,000 out of the money market, and you can split them into 150 and 150.
297.
Are you willing to put the condition that it has to exceed the money market 2.96?
Yeah, it has to exceed the money market
Yeah.
2.96.
So the thing about the money market is that it does, although it's come down just a little bit, it does fluctuate with the Fed changes.
Exactly, and the Fed changes are probably going to come down.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking lock it in there for a year or so.
Okay. We'll definitely look into that.
Do you have a second?
Second?
We did all in favor.
Aye.
Um,
So
Right,
that's
great.
another 300,000.
That's another 300. Yeah.
300, yeah,
Yeah.
from the money market to a CD. So I will, that all works out, I'll do that as 3 CDs. Not that I'm anticipating needing any money, but the idea is in case we do.
Okay.
So we'll have the majority of it tied up in 4 CDs.
Right.
The only other thing that we don't have yet is from the enterprise fund, $87,707. That, as I said, the money from Comcast and Verizon comes through the town. They deposited an enterprise fund for accounting purposes. We request it, and they give it to us. It's there now, so we can request that, and once we do, we'll have a total of $1,239,221.45, plus whatever total interest we get from the 2 CDs that just matured. I don't have a final rate on that because, as I said, I can't see it online. So,
And that will leave like 418,000 in the
Mhm.
bank for operational uses.
mm-hmm,
That's good.
yes.
All right. Perfect.
Next item on the agenda, next meeting. So, and I don't mean the immediately following, annual meeting. We're required by the bylaws to have 3 directors' meetings each year, each calendar year. This is our second so far. We had one in June. So we technically need to schedule one for the next November, December. We won't have much to talk about then either, so,
What about the first week of December?
Yeah, I'd be open for that.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. First week of December?
first week of
That could
December.
Work. We generally are picking Tuesdays or Wednesdays at the convenience of all.
So,
It's December 2nd or December 3rd.
Yep, second, third, or fourth.
second, third, or fourth? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
Yes.
I'd probably see either Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday or
Tuesday
Thursday?
or Thursday, yeah.
Second or fourth?
Pick the second and jump on it.
Let's do it.
Second?
12/2.
Okay. Tentatively, next directors' meeting, third of the year, is December 2nd at 6 p.m. here at the studio.
All right.
General business and items not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance. Anyone?
Very efficient. Well done.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good.
Move to adjourn?
I
We have a
second.
motion, do I have a second?
You motion to adjourn, I second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Awesome. So that concludes the directors' meeting. Now we move on to the annual members' meeting, and we do have 2 members here. Thanks for coming. I don't need to tell everybody that we're Abington CAM, the private nonprofit 501c3 corporation that runs the television studio here in Abington, because we already said that. First item on the agenda, old and new business. I have none.
None.
Next item on the agenda is director vacancy and bylaw changes, and we have neither.
Well, we have a director's vacancy, but we don't have any.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have but we have nobody to fill. So technically, we can't ratify either one. We have no bylaw changes. We have no director coming in, so it doesn't matter. But we do need, once again, 5 directors or 15 members if we did have either one of those. We do not. Next item is executive director's report. That's you?
Everybody have a copy?
Yes.
I'll run right down this.
Give 'em.
Am I available?
Yeah,
Bob has one.
awesome.
Who I apologize, I didn't recognize when he walked in trying to sell newspapers. It's so long since I've seen him. We'll start with the staff updates. I know I'd mentioned this during the directors meeting in June. No, this is an annual meeting. I just want to kind of update as far as the staffing goes. Matt Lyons being elevated, actually changed from being a full-time producer to now he's an access operations coordinator. That comes with a little bit more responsibility and no complaints, if anything. Indeed. Part-time staff hours, just so I try to do annually just to kind of accumulate 1,366 and a half hours. I will say that this might be a slight uptick as to when Matt was away for 5 months. We did lean more heavily on the interns and on part-time staff members. But it also there's a
I see.
it'll fluctuate. There's an ebb and a flow depending on what we have for responsibility. Summertime, it's very quiet, so there's not a lot of hours. I try to give everybody a little bit of something, but not just try to give
Kevin,
people hours.
How many part-timers do we have now?
We have 4.
4.
We have 4. Student interns, school year 25-26. We have 7. I know you look and go, well, I see 8 here. Well, technically, one of them is grade 8, so there's more or less
Volunteer.
not as part of our memorandum of understanding with the high school or with the school district. That person is a volunteer until his freshman year, then he can become an intern. 1 senior, 4 juniors, 2 sophomores.
No freshmen this year?
Sorry?
No freshmen?
Not yet. Not yet. It's only October. And I've also, as I try to do with the interns, I incentivize. I usually do like a little, there's a point system that I started last October that was very successful. And one of the things that will be added to the list of things for them to do is recruiting. And so we'll add that in, and if they're able to bring someone in, it's almost like when there's like rent when you do storage rental around here.
Mm-hmm.
First month is free, but if you can bring someone in, you got $50. Bring that person in as long as they stay with their storage unit for a while. Same thing. If an intern, someone comes in, they go through the training, and are able to do a production or two, well, then they get a point value for that. The ever popular Senioritis V 2026. We just did our first episode. This was actually started with the graduating class of 21, which Matt Lyons is a part of. They actually started it during the COVID time of our lifetime, and it's a show that keeps going. And then Greenway Baking. It's a show that one of our interns does, likes to take camera equipment home, bakes, brings in the goods, and the interns get a chance to kind of
Awesome.
try
There you
it out.
go.
Yes,
That works for everyone.
it does. Marketing, we continue to see trends ticking upwards for all of our platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Our YouTube subscribers continues to grow as we're closing in on 3,200 subscribers. It's interesting knowing that we had to start this from scratch in 2020, and we're close to almost doubling what we had with the original. Popular videos. I know if you look and you say, how come every time I see this annual report that this particular, for some people like the summer concerts, and they actually like this band Summer 2, which is Studio 2, which is a Beatles cover band or tribute band. I don't know if it's just they got a small group that likes watching it, but it does well. Worth noting, a courtesy of statistics from our mathlete, Matt Lyons, we had a YouTube one day all-time high of 4,446 views. This was the day that we actually live streamed the Duxbury versus Abington High School football game, and we released a golf short that Matt had produced, where they're trying to promote, trying to get folks to help the golf team, and we saw a good boost to that one day. You see our lifetime YouTube channel views is a little more than 750,000 million. Cablecast programming, 1,115 new shows. And you know this is a mix of government meetings, community coverage, studio produced shows, and content that's shared from other studios, with an average runtime of about 41 minutes. Please pay close attention to the municipal meeting coverage to give you kind of an update on these numbers from October of last year to October 1 of this year. These are the municipal numbers, 150 municipal meetings, meetings that have been held. Remember that number because later on I'm gonna touch upon an update on the closed captioning.
I'm going to ask you something about the select board meeting. Since they started doing it at 5 o'clock, is there any way you can run that live so that people who...
We do.
You do?
We do.
I couldn't find it.
You couldn't find it.
I couldn't find it, so where is it?
It's what do you have? Comcast or Verizon?
You can watch it on the YouTube channel.
That's what I tried, and I couldn't...
No, you can't. You won't see it on YouTube.
Okay,
You'll
so
see it live. You'll see it live on
Comcast or Verizon, that's
Comcast
it.
or Verizon,
Okay.
or if you go to our website and you do the drop down, let's not forget we live stream all three of our channels, not the fourth one, the high def channel. You need to have Comcast or Verizon, and you want to have AbingtonCAM.tv/
For those people who do
government.
not have Verizon or Comcast, you have to go to the website.
I don't want to encourage people to do that because we need the people who subscribe to Comcast.
I
or Verizon.
understand.
But,
Those people who do not have it.
but just in case there might be somebody who's watching, yes, that's how you can. We have people who ask about like, I don't live in town, but I want to watch the football games. Well, we live stream the football games, then we immediately make them private. If you have Comcast or Verizon, we replay those many times on the education channel and the high def channel. But yeah, if you want to watch it live, I believe it would be on the government channel on our
So
live
that's
stream.
the only way is if Comcast or Verizon, you can't watch it live on the...
No, you can watch it on the
There's a
website.
drop down on the website.
Oh, because I went...
There's a drop down. I can show you after the meeting.
Okay. Just curious. I want to see it.
Did I answer that question?
Yes, you did. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks.
Although we encourage everyone to support us by subscribing to either Comcast or Verizon.
Kevin, I'm sorry if it's later, forgive me, but with regards to the programming, there was some research being done about the subtitles. Is
That-
that coming later?
You mean closed captioning?
Closed caption.
Yes, that's coming later. That's why I said pay attention to the numbers there.
Okay.
As I'm going to touch upon that'll reflect in my later conversation.
Thanks.
Okay. Reoccurring programs, we have many of them. Author Talk, Abington's Veterans Muster, Community Chat, The Gig Show, Town Manager's Corner, The Buzz, and the Abington Summer Concerts. Two of those shows, actually, again, pay close attention to that because I'll mention them later on in our conversation. To Bob's point about closed captioning, an update on a previous discussion about it, and what it did is look for numbers in regards to government meetings. Focused on that one at least for this time. Using the number of meetings produced in a year between October 1 of 2024 and October 1 of 2025. We did a breakdown for the two different groups. Let's say we just went with the essential meetings, which would be select board, school committee, town meeting. The last year, it was 26 hours and 55 minutes. If we were to do all of the meetings, and again, this can fluctuate.
Municipal meetings.
Municipal meetings, 133 hours and 55 minutes. So this is when we
For
were
a
talking about
calendar year.
for a calendar year. But
And
again,
how many
this
minutes do we get a year? Isn't that the
well, if we
thing that
buy a
purchase?
block, if we
Yeah.
buy a block, it would depend on what the block is that we purchase.
So we haven't done it yet.
We have 300 minutes that they've given us to
Okay.
play around with.
There's a sample of 300, but we were trying
Right.
to figure out what bracket do we fall
That if we wanted to, right, if we wanted to, let's say, not only do municipal meetings, but maybe choose some local programs. The thing is to remember, once we have done closed captioning on a program, I don't have to worry about doing it every time. It's already it's a sidecar to the program, so every time it runs. But you also have to make sure that you have to hit the closed captioning button in order to enable it
On your TV?
on your TV.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to make sure they gave you a follow-up on that.
Do you know what the blocks are? If you're talking all meetings, total time, 133 hours and 55 minutes, what are the block hours and minutes that you buy?
So I don't have those numbers on me
Okay.
at this moment, but I think in our last meeting I gave you, I think I might have given
can't
you a
remember,
rundown.
that's
But
why,
if
yeah.
not, on our December 2nd meeting, I will provide that with you. I'll provide that to you. I want to say it was, I was talking with our vendor about it, and it seemed as though they were, I want to say, I don't want to throw a number out there, but I think it would be somewhat reasonable.
So that's something we're going to vote on
So,
in
no,
December.
Yeah, we can have a discussion about, yes.
So Kevin, just in summary, it seems as though we know how many hours are being spent on the, we'll say, core meetings of select school committee and town meeting.
Yep.
And roughly around 30 or near.
Yep.
And then if we went to a larger bucket of all the meetings and closed captioning on those meetings, we're up to about 135 hours. So
Sure.
just curious with that research on pricing, it might come back to when is it going into law for consideration of having it, and what is the essential?
So there's a school of thought. I know Lisa did a little bit of research on this as well. The thought is that large communities were going to have to enable this in 2026, 2027. But that's not, I don't know if that's necessarily, if that's a state
We are
mandate.
exempt
Yeah,
from this requirement.
right.
Now, does it do multiple languages?
You could do, I believe you can do multiple
I was
languages.
curious. We don't have to pay for additional.
You can
for
do
that,
multiple
right?
languages.
Okay.
Would that come from us or from the TV? It's not translated depending on.
There are, I believe that
watching
I
it.
believe that the
Transcription may
the
happen.
the cable the cable cast system that we purchased, I believe, will offer multiple languages. But we would do primarily would be,
But you would have to select the language you want, correct?
I believe so. But we also have to make sure that we would, now, I would have to find out if we're paying, if we're going to be doing closed captioning times 2,
Right.
right? So let's say we're just doing select board, school committee, and town meeting, if we ultimately decide this.
Which,
So instead of it
can I
26.
just add, those are the meetings that the contract with the town requires
Yep.
us to record.
Okay.
It doesn't require.
Everything else is gravy.
Closed captioning,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything else is gravy.
I think it would be helpful if we could learn from you what the bracket would be for those 3, select board, school committee, town meeting, what purchase of hours, and maybe in addition to the purchase of hours, presuming English is primary, but another language
I
opportunity.
think we have a Portuguese Brazilian population
Yes.
that's growing.
And
Again, it's-
what consideration would that be to have that also offered?
sure.
And if it's an additional to have English versus Portuguese, you know.
Right, and I think that the breakdown is, and again, I'm just kind of off the top of my head here, paraphrasing, I think it's 250 hours, 500, and 1,000. If we annually are doing, again, if we're just
133, we
doing
could just
just
do
what we're contracted to do, then 250 hours might hold us over for maybe a couple of years, but
Oh, so
Are
they will carry over from
the
year to year?
carryover, yeah, it's not like they don't expire, like, oh
Okay.
my, look at the date on this. We don't have to worry about that.
We could potentially multiple years out of a bracket, but I think the decision's still coming on, would it be just the smaller pool of meetings or all meetings?
And on top of it, I also,
With the price too.
but we also do specialty shows like Scott Lambiase and Sean Riley come in and they will do a town meeting show. It would be helpful to put closed captioning on that as well.
Exactly.
We have a fantastic veteran show that is, I think, very helpful. I think we have we do a lot as far as helping the veterans in this community, and the show that is put forth is top notch. And to maybe put we would pick and choose the shows that we would do it, but we'd be, I think, careful and thoughtful.
Understood. Thank you.
Great.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, how labor intensive is it on your end to have the closed captioning? I know you have to edit it.
We have to.
Put it
Well,
out
that's the
word
thing
for
is
word.
when we first start doing it, we're going to have to, like if anybody said, have you ever read transcription? Usually it'll transcribe it pretty good, anywhere
Pretty
between
good.
75 to 80,
Kinda like
85%
Siri.
time. And then you got to go in, you got to fix it, and you got to tweak it, and maybe there's certain,
So it is time consuming.
a little bit, a little bit.
So you have to be careful with that because then you're going to add labor hours. Yeah.
But that's also something I can do. Again, we're having the discussion now. We're thinking it out. So
So somebody would have to actually watch and listen to.
no, you
Each
can you
meeting
can actually
that's
you can
closed
actually
captioned.
you can actually look at that. You can look in the box. You can see, and make the adjustments.
But you'd have to hear what they're saying to know that the
That
closed
is
captioning is correct.
That is correct.
So
yes.
you have to sit there, if it's a 2-hour meeting,
And sit
you
through that whole
watch it
meeting.
again and edit the closed captioning.
It's a good
So you might want
possibility.
to keep it just to the ones that are necessity.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you want to see the raw product, look at YouTube and put the closed caption. You'll see how bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It
can. Yeah,
is.
it can.
Like I said, like Siri. I mean, you say stuff
Yeah.
like, "Where'd you get that?"
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Miscellaneous news. We completed our 5th annual middle school film
Wow,
camp.
5th?
Yep, already up to 5. It's kind of grown beyond just Matt Lyons and Derek Terrell doing it. Now, Matt is more so. We have interns. The past 2 years, we've had graduating interns who have actually been under Matt's wing
That's great.
and kind of guiding it. This year was Justin Fedorowski, who kind of helped guide it. Matt just kind of kind of watched as it went, and it went well. We had a good turnout, and looking forward to hopefully doing a 6th one and doing some fun stuff now that we actually have the new cameras that we purchased and the new gear. Part of the summer project was reorganizing the studio. I challenge you to look around the studio, either
Very
here,
nice.
in the control room, or in the office. It took a few weeks, but a lot of stuff was cleaned up. It's tucked in crevices that you can't see, but it's more orderly than it was. Hopefully, we can keep it this way. I mentioned earlier about a middle school student. We have one student who's doing it, hoping to encourage more middle school students to be a part of coming in and learning how to do what we do. Quick breakdown of community event coverage. Summer concerts. We did all 8 summer concerts actually. Between Matt Lyons and staff members and interns, we were able to capture those events and do various things, whether having multiple cameras or flying a drone, to kind of enhance what people were seeing at home. We did the Abington Copes 5K in late September. That's currently in the process of being edited. And this weekend, the team was out covering Oktoberfest. So stay tuned for the coverage, the packages of those events. I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to check their emails, but the fall newsletter was launched went out
saw
last
that
night.
yesterday.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Kudos again, tip of the cap to Matt Lyons, who we have a template, so it's easy enough to kind of plug things in and add things and come up with ideas.
And that goes out to all
Thank you,
members?
Huh?
All members?
Yes. Yes.
We put in the newsletter there's a vacancy, a director's vacancy.
We can put it in the winter one if you'd like.
We should put in everyone until we fill it.
Yes, ma'am. And then I had asked you earlier when we were talking about some of the recurring episodic programs. So we have 4 shows that are finalists for Nor'easter Awards. One of them happens to be a summer concert. One of them is The Buzz.
The buzz.
The Buzz, yeah, that's where Sean Riley is the host of it, and he talks with different athletes and coaches and individuals in the community, as well as our coverage of the St. Patrick's Day Parade, the 45th annual.
Cool.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Nope.
No. So,
Kevin, when would the awards be granted if we're fortunate? I know they're finalists, which
We're
in itself,
finalists.
by the way, is a pretty great
Yeah.
recognition.
Well, I mean, it
Just
could end up
curious.
it could end up where we are first place, second, or third. I think that's how they break it down. Some, it's just like you either get an award or
Mention.
you just,
Honorable
you're
mention.
paper.
a piece of paper,
Whatever you
yeah.
Frame yourself.
Yep. So we're actually sending in, they asked us to give them, we need to do 2-minute videos. So when they do the award ceremony, they can kind of show the different
background to
the
it.
different
Okay.
programs that are being considered or that have been voted on. So
Oh, I see.
I would think probably in the next month or two.
Nice. Good
Yep.
luck.
Great. We're good.
I'm good.
Last item on the agenda, general business and items not reasonably anticipated 48 hours in advance. Still none.
None.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.